Morning everyone, welcome to this week's video of my class. This one's called Breathing, Movement and Mindfulness, and it includes all of those things. We're going to start standing up today, so on this lovely morning, come into your comfortable standing position. Remember, if you want to know where your standing position is, just jump up, and then where you naturally land is normally your natural position. Okay, do it a few times, see if it always remains consistent. Press into your soles of your feet, okay, and then press into your toes, okay, so that you feel the weight of your body resting on the ground. Press into all 5 toes, including the big one, and then keep the 4 little toes pressed to the floor, and then lift your big toe. Okay, look at them. Right, so you try and get those brain links nicely engaged. Okay, and then bring your big toe to the ground, press them all in again, and then try and lift your little toe without any of the others. If that's a little bit too difficult, lift your big toe and your little toe. That sometimes works. And then put them down. Press into your all 5 toes on each foot again. Keep your big toe pressed to the ground, lift your 4 little toes. It takes a bit of practice this, but it's like reconnecting with all of the muscles leading to your little toes. And then press again into your feet, and then feel the weight of your body around the edge of your sole of your foot into the center of your heel. Soften your knees, feel your pelvis. Okay. Sometimes if we scoop it, takes that flare off the lower spine. Create some space between tops of the hips and your rib cage. Okay, so try and sort of extend that length. We normally do it by sort of lifting through the torso. Tuck your chin in, close your eyes, just gently turn your hands out the way so your palms are facing forward. It rotates the shoulders outwards, helps you to breathe. Okay, and then press into the soles of your feet, lift through your body, feel nicely lifted, and then just take 2 or 3 nice steady deep breaths. And then open your eyes, and then starting our movement with our mindfulness and our breathing. Arms come up, palms facing up, all the way up to the top. Stretch everything up. As you exhale, turn the palms, come back down. Okay, that's the movement. Just feel the movement in your arms and your shoulders. Make the inhale last as the journey of your arms up as you turn the palms and come down. Make the exhale last as long as the movement of your arms down. Inhaling again as you bring your arms up, stretching everything upwards, softly releasing as you exhale, palms facing down. Okay, this time we're going to start moving, pressing into the toes, lifting as you come up. Arms come up with the inhale, exhale, palms facing out, heels come down, arms come down. And again, inhale, arms come up, palms up, press, lift, try and remain stable, exhale, come down. Pick a focal point, look at something. Don't move your gaze or your head. Final one, inhale, coming up. Exhale, pressing down. Okay, bring your weight to your left foot. Okay, it's just a steady balance while we rotate our ankles. Okay, lift the other foot. Keep your focus and your gaze in one place. Okay, rotate that ankle. And then feel it. So try and rotate it to use the full range of movement in that ankle. Stop, go back the other way. Breathe. Leave your arms out if it helps you to balance. Spreads the weight a little. And then nice and slowly keep that moment, or keep the focus and the gaze. Transfer the balance. Hover. Try and remain stable. And then lift that foot. You don't have to lift it up too far. Even close to the ground is fine. And if it becomes unstable, just press a toe down. Stable yourself and then keep going. Okay, rotating that ankle, the other ankle, both ways. Okay, breathing nice and steadily as you do so. Don't shorten the breath, don't forget to breathe. Okay, and then bring that foot to the ground, bring your feet together, knees together. Okay, we're going to rotate the knees. Again, keeping your arms out helps you to balance. Okay, so we're bending the knees, pushing them forward, across to one side, back up, and then out the other side. Okay, so it's a sort of a rotation in the horizontal plane of your knees. Okay, feel into your knee joints. Okay, they don't move too far sort of that way. Okay, but they move a long way in the sort of lateral plane. Stop, go back the other way. Okay, again, feel it. Might feel a little bit in your hips. Okay, just accept it, whatever it is. Okay, and then come to a standstill. Right now, hips this time. Okay, so a bit like hula hooping. Okay, try and again rotate the hips, their full sort of range in a standing position. Stop, go back the other way. Okay, and then standing up. Okay, next one, shoulders. Okay, just rolling forwards while sort of gently twisting the torso. Again, full movement, or trying to maintain full movement in your shoulder joint. Stop, go back the other way. Breathe as you do so, and then come to a standstill. Widen the stance a little bit. We were quite short to do the knees, and then just gently rotate, twist through the torso, allowing your arms just to go floppy. Beautiful. Okay. Twist all the way around using, well, knees, ankles, hips, torso, shoulders, head and neck as well. Okay, relaxing, releasing, softening, and then come back to a steady position. Okay, we're going to do the breath of life. Okay, it's a 3-part inhale and a single exhale. Okay, so we move our arms forward as we inhale a third, out as we inhale a 2/3, up, full inhale, and then we exhale as we come down. Inhale, 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 inhale. One more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Okay, well done. Just take a few moments, settle the breath, take a slightly wider stance. Arms come up, raised arm pose, and then as you exhale, turn the palms, bring them around behind you, intertwine the fingers, press the backs of the hands away from you. Okay, don't worry if you can't straighten your arms, some people can't. Okay, but just do your best pushing your hands away till you feel your sort of triceps and shoulder blades squeeze together. Okay, just to start, we'll just gently press the sternum forward and up, release the gaze upwards. Okay, try and feel that steady curl in your spine. Okay, nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to come down into forward fold, so soften the knees, tilt from the hip. Okay, nice and slowly come down, sort of through that halfway position, and then lifting the hands as you come down, looking back through your legs possibly. Okay, and then try and lift those hands, or bring those hands as far forward as you can. Okay, maybe straighten the legs a little if they're bent, feel it in your hamstrings, low back, shoulders, breathe nice and slowly. Come back up the same way we came down, try and keep those hands lifted as you come up. Nice deep breath in. Okay, turn to face your right leg. Nice deep breath in, and this time we're going to go down towards that right leg. Okay, so we're sort of slightly compressing the stretch on that side whilst lengthening the other. Okay, same thing. Okay, release the head and neck, bring those hands up, breathe nice and slowly, come back up the same way. Okay, and then turn to face the other leg. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, soften the knees if you need to, come down, lift the hands, feel it in that hip, that hamstring, shoulders, breathe nice and slowly, come back up. Release the hands. Okay, give the shoulders a bit of a roll. It takes a bit of a squeeze on those shoulders. Okay, come back to your normal standing position. Make fists of your hands. Okay, and then as we breathe in, we're just going to lift one fist up the side of the body. Try and bring that fist into your armpit while we push the other fist down. Okay, swaying over. Feel that lovely stretch in the side of your body. Okay, take a breath in. As you exhale, swap over. Lift the other fist. Soften, stretch. Inhale, come back over. Exhale, back over. One more either side. Inhale. Exhale. And then come back up to sitting. Well done. Okay, we're going to go through a couple of sun salutations. So come to the front of your mats, get into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So naturally just scan through your body, feel everything, that it's nicely settled, nicely relaxed, no tension, everything's soft. Relax and release elbows and arms, shoulders, head, and then just take a couple of deep breaths as we hold the position. Okay, 2 rounds of sun salutations, nice and slow. Feel everything, enjoy the movement. Okay, inhaling, arms come out to the sides, up into raised arm pose, stretching everything upwards from your soles to your fingertips. Exhaling, swallow dive, bending the knees, feeling everything in your low back as you come down. Okay, maybe feeling your belly and the tops of your thighs, bending your knees as much as you need to. Take a couple of moments, feel everything, release your head and neck. Grab hold of your elbows, gently, softly flow from side to side. Release your fingers, nice and slowly. Right leg comes up, place it in your lunge position, and then as you sort of release into the pose, just sort of feel everything. Okay, release your pelvis, your hip flexors. Okay, release the belly. My belly always sort of sticks on the top of my thigh. Okay, but just try and sort of release it. Okay, breathe as you come into this position. And then nice and slowly, front leg joins right into downward dog. Take a couple of moments, breathe, bicycle the legs. Okay, releasing calf muscles, hamstrings, bend the knees, align the front part, okay, ears either side of your upper arms, okay, pushing your bum backwards, sort of extending hips to fingers. Okay, once you're there, slowly heels released towards the ground, bum up in the air. Don't worry about your heels if they don't touch. Okay, just feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Nice deep breath in here. Okay, on the next inhale, rolling forward into plank. Okay, you may need to adjust the position. I always need to slide or wiggle my toes back slightly. Okay, coming down, bum slightly above horizontal. Okay, press into your hands. Okay, feet about hip width apart. Okay, try and engage the muscles of your legs. So the way we do that is push the heels back. Okay, push the backs of the knees upwards. Squeeze your bum together. Okay, feel that lovely tightness. Okay, and we can pull, keep your arms straight, but pull your hands back to your toes. Push your toes forward and squeeze through the middle. Okay, chin tucked in, nice straight spine. Look down at the mat, breathe. Press into the hands, lift through the chest. Okay, widen the shoulders. Okay, so as you're trying to touch something, the edges of your shoulders, push them out. Breathe. Beautiful. Okay, final breath here. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin. So knees hit the floor, lift the chin, soften the elbows, elbows go back. Okay, keep the elbows in. Okay, chest and chin hit the floor. Look like a poised locust. Feel that lovely curl in your spine. Okay, so toes, knees, chest, chin and hands. 8 limb pose. Poised locust, as I call it. Flatten everything down. Nice and slowly as you inhale, lift head and shoulders, gently press into the hand, keep the elbows in, feel that lovely curl in the spine. Don't take it up too far, just feel into your own body. Nice deep breath in, maybe look both ways, down to the right, feel it in your neck, and down to the left. Coming back, okay, press into your hands, release your hips from the floor, nice and slowly. Bum back to heels, tuck toes, press into your toes, come back up into downward dog, bicycling the legs, feeling into it once more, softening the knees slightly, bum backwards, align the front, release the heels to the floor, bum to the ceiling. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe again, right leg comes forward. Now remember, just roll your shoulders forward first, give yourself some room, squeeze that knee up, and then place it. Or just use 2 moves. If it's a little bit too tricky, just pull your foot forward and then left leg joins right into forward fold. Soften the knees. Again, feel that lovely low back feeling. Nice deep breath in as you come up. Nice strong backs. Arms out to the side. Raised arm pose. Press everything upwards. Press into the soles of your feet. Lengthen all the way up. Steady on yowick. And then palms together, coming down into Tadasana. Okay, just take a couple of breaths here. Okay, feel through your body, relax it all, soften it, feel it. Okay, you may feel slightly lopsided. Okay, don't worry about it. We're going to do the other side now. Maybe a little bit faster, but not fast enough so you don't feel it. Okay, final breath here. And then inhaling, arms out to the side, up into raised arm pose. Soften knees, tilt from the hip, swallow dive, feel everything as you come down, feel that lovely stretch here in your back, or wherever you feel it. Okay, grab the elbows, relax, release, slightly sway side to side, breathe, and release your hands. Nice and slowly, left leg gets picked up this time, place it where you want it, and then we just sort of softly move into the pose, releasing that pubic bone forward and down, releasing through the hip flexor, feeling through that rear leg, that try and sort of straighten it up a little bit, feel everything tighten up, soften it, breathe, take that gaze, belly away from the thigh. Okay, you can hold this pose, you can feel that beautiful extension as it softens and stretches as you get used to the pose. Final breath in. As you exhale, right leg joins left into downward dog. Bicycling again, feeling your low back. Okay, maybe twisting, wiggling, bit of freestyle here. Okay, aligning the front, releasing the heels, bum to the ceiling. Breathe, feel. And then nice and slowly into plank. Okay, so we just gently, as you can see, my shoulders are moving forward, bum's coming down, wiggling my toes, coming into my comfortable plank position, if plank is comfortable. Challenging, I would say. Okay, remember, press down, squeeze toes, hands together, press into hands, lift chest. Okay, legs are nicely engaged, heels back, squeeze bum. Okay, widen shoulders, scapular press ups. Okay, so hold everything but just release the chest to the floor, then lift high, chest to the floor, lift high, keep arms straight, chest to the floor, lift high. Okay, just a little release on those scapulars. Okay, final breath in, knees, chest, chin, knees to the floor, lift chin, soften the elbows, knees, chest, chin, 8 limb pose. Okay, feel that lovely curl, give your bum a bit of a wiggle, flatten everything down. Inhale as you lift head and shoulders, look up maybe if you can't see the ceiling or whatever you're looking at, eyes to the tops of your sockets. Feel the squeeze, final breath, and then release the hips from the ground, bum back to heels, tuck the toes, straighten into downward dog. A couple of moments, couple of breaths. And then left leg's coming forward into lunge. Okay, take your time. Okay, start to roll the shoulders forward, give yourself room, lift and squeeze, place that foot as far forward as you can. Okay, again, soften into the pose, relax it. It probably all tightens up around here, that's for me. Okay, I just need to soften it and release it. Just stay there for a couple of moments before we push forward with the other foot into forward fold. Breathing, feeling, arms out to the sides. Raised arm pose. Stretch everything upwards. Okay, look up. Pick a focal point. Mine's a cloud. Press into your toes. Lift and try and be stable for a couple of moments. A bit difficult with a cloud, but there we go. And then release the heels. Palms together. Coming down into raised arm pose, relax, feel through your body, breathe, okay, feel that lovely flow of blood, oxygen feeding your body and brain. And then nice and slowly come to the back of the mat. And we're going to come down into our squat position. Okay, so nice and slowly, arms out to the side, up into raised arm pose. Keep the arms nicely straight, bring them down to the horizontal, palms facing one another, push the fingers away, separate through the shoulder blades. Okay, press into the toes, bend the knees, try and come down under control. Okay, if you can come down with your heels on the floor, fine. If not, then lift onto your tootsies. Okay, but try and remain stable in a lovely balancing squat. Okay, try and open the knees from that position. Release right arm to the ground and then twist up, open through that side, feel everything, press into the fingers, try and open that chest. I always feel it sort of left side of my back as we twist around, but you may feel it somewhere else. Release that hand, come down nice and slowly, release the other side, so twisting, looking up at the sun, coming back down. Okay, now lift into prayer mudra. We're going to try and release the knees to the ground under control and come up into a high kneel. Okay, it takes a little bit of practice this. You may need to put one knee down first, or maybe a hand just to help you, but try and control your journey of your knees to the ground. You sort of counterbalance with your bod, bring them to the ground under control, and then come up into high kneel. Okay, and then point your toes if it's comfortable for you, arms out to the side, raised arm pose. And we're going to come into a version of camel. So you may need to tuck your toes for this to make it easier for your hand to reach. But we're going to stretch the fingers up to the ceiling, be long between knees and fingertips. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, release the right hand. You're going to bring it down and try and tickle your heel. So we're there. If that's relatively non-challenging, you can bring your foot to the floor, point your toe, and your heel lower slightly, as you can probably feel. Okay, so wherever you want to be, press into your fingers. Okay, and then gently push your hips forward, sternum forward and upwards. Try and leave your low back alone. Okay, it's your upper spine we want to try and curl. Okay, so go easy on the pushing the hips forward. And then release your gaze somewhere comfortable. Don't worry about where. Try not to let it hang back or point it forward. Just somewhere comfortable. Press those upper arm upwards. Stretch along that left hand side of your body and try and curl. Okay. Breathe. Okay. Feel that lovely stretch all the way up this side. Okay. And then nice and slowly we're going to swap the other way. So do it sort of mindfully and with feeling. Okay. Bring the other arm up. As we sway the other one, keep the gaze wherever it is, bring your other finger down. Once you're there, press the upper arm up, gently push your hips forward, sternum forwards and upwards. Okay, so we try and keep those thighs vertically upwards. Okay, feel into the stretch up that right hand side, that curl in the spine. Breathe. Okay, nice and slowly come out. We're just going to lift the other arm up to join the other one. And then point the toes or bring the toes to the ground if it's comfortable for you. Nice and slowly, pendulum the arms forward. Pressing into the feet. We're going to, intertwine the fingers first of all into Kali Mudra, so 4 fingers pointing forward, cross the thumbs. Press the fingers forward, feel the separation of your shoulder blade. Nice and slowly start to release the weight backwards. Okay, until you feel your thighs firing up. Okay, we're still gently pressing the hips forward. Okay, extend everything, take a breath in, hold. As you exhale, twist the left hand side. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist right hand side. Keep the arms straight. Inhale, come back. Okay, remember we're twisting with the torso, so feel it, those muscles in the torso rather than your arms. Okay, so try and twist the torso around rather than just your arms. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Beautiful. Inhale, come back. Release the arms out to the sides. Come forward. Okay, lift your chin. Okay, bring your weight slightly forward. Try and release your feet off the ground. Balance on your knees. Breathe. And then feet to the floor. And then nice and controlled, bring your hands to the floor into tabletop position. And then into cat-cow, so releasing the head, look up at the ceiling, release the belly button to the floor, lovely curl in the spine, push your sit bones to the ceiling, belly to the floor, straighten your arms, lift your chest, breathe in. As you exhale, nice and slowly, feel the spine curl the other way into cat-cow, bring your gaze, your chin to your chest, look back at your thighs, again press into everything, all 6 points, top of your feet, into your knees, into your hands, lift your chest. Feel that lovely stretch all the way from your bum around to your shoulders, down to the floor. Breathe. One more cat-cow. Cow, look up. Eyes to the top of your sockets. Bum to the ceiling, belly to the floor. Exhale. Cat-cow. And then soften into neutral tabletop. Nice and slowly. Right leg comes forward into low lunge. Okay, once you're nicely stable, pendulum the arms forward, come up into crescent moon. Again, feeling that hip flexor. Look up at the ceiling. Again, upper spine curl. Don't dump into your low back. Okay, keep it nicely contained, controlled. Try and sort of gently tilt your pelvis. Experiment, see what it feels like. Okay, and when we tightens everything up, gently press into that bent knee for a little bit more in your hip flexor. Okay, final breath here. And then bring the hands down, tuck the toe, come up into a lunge position and then hop that rear foot. Okay, we're going to come up into warrior two. Okay, so when you're nicely balanced, we pendulum that left arm around, come into our warrior two position, arms in line, just check everything. Okay, looking down, knees nicely stacked, not swaying one way or the other, in line with your foot. Okay, that rear leg is straight but not locked. Okay, soften at the knee, press down through both feet, squeeze them together. Okay, it's like you lock yourself to the floor. Okay, breathing nice and steadily. Okay, as you inhale, start to straighten that front leg a little bit. As you exhale, move into it maybe a little bit deeper, squeezing, pressing through your feet. Okay, into triangles, so straightening that front leg, front fingers go forward, rear hip goes back, rotating, palms facing out. Okay, opening the chest, breathing. Okay, release that upper arm, bind it, try and tickle the top of your right thigh. Okay, release that shoulder, and you can either look up at the ceiling or down at the floor, whatever's most comfortable for you. Okay, release that arm, come back up. Okay, and then bring that upper arm to join the other one. Okay, straighten the sort of pelvis up so it's sort of pointing forward, and then swap over with your arms into revolve triangle. Okay, try and bring the other arm up. Final breath, and then release, come back down. Hop the rear foot slightly closer, we'll come into sort of a pyramid pose. Okay, soften this front knee, flatten the back, nice and slowly, come up sort of halfway into sort of half forward foldy into pyramid position with your arms energized down the sides of your torso, pointing backwards, fingers nicely engaged. Okay, nice deep breath in here, come up slightly, and then as you exhale, bring that sort of lovely straight torso down into this leg. Don't overdo it, but just feel it in your hamstring as you do so. Okay, this time inhale, pendulum the arms forward as you come up. Okay, pelvis is pointing forwards. Try not to have that rear foot 90 degrees. It's normally 40 to 60. That enables your pelvis to point forward. Okay, nice deep breath in again. Now you can keep your arms here this time, coming down into pyramid. Remember, just soften that front knee, put that leg straight. Okay, come down. Okay, feel it as you move. Now you can release your hands here or keep coming down, using the weight of your arms just to enhance that stretch or increase it slightly. Hold, breathe, and then release the hands to the ground. We're going to come up into half moon pose. Okay, that's the balance on this front leg. So nice and slowly using your fingers to support you. Bring your weight over that front foot. Other leg 90 degrees, foot pointing out to the side. Okay, now you can either stay here or the final move is fingers to the floor and then opening through the chest. Okay. If you engage the muscles, that lifted leg, it helps to stabilize you. Breathe, and then nice and slowly come back into our lunge position where we started. Release the left knee to the floor. Come back into tabletop position. Okay, a couple of cat-cows. Nice and slowly, nice and steady. Okay, squeezing, breathing, releasing. Okay, come into a neutral tabletop. Sway those hips from side to side. Soften, breathe. And then we're going to swap over. So this time, left leg leg before? No, we didn't. No. Right leg was first. Do the left leg this time. Okay, just the opposite leg to what we've been using. Okay, come into your low lunge position. Okay, when you're nicely balanced, pendulum the arms, come up this side. So feel the difference in your hip flexor particularly. Okay, release the gaze. Lovely upper spine curl. May not be too much, but just try and feel it from this sort of behind the sternum, if you like. Press into that right knee. If you want a little bit more, release the pubic bone forwards and down. Don't overdo it. Just release that hip flexor. Beautiful. Okay, final breath in. Okay, and then release those hands to the floor. Okay, tuck the rear toe and then hop the rear foot into our warrior position. Okay, remember 40 to 60 degrees. And then pendulum the right arm this time, coming up into warrior position on the other side. Knees nicely stacked, arms in line, space between the fingers. Try and be as wide as you can, fingertip to fingertip. Breathe, press down through the feet, squeeze them together. Inhale, straighten the front leg slightly. Exhale, move a little bit deeper into the pose. Okay, feel the strength of it. Everything remains the same below the waist, coming into triangle. Straighten that front leg, fingers go forward, rear hip sort of pushes back, rotate, coming into triangle. Okay, opening up, breathing, releasing. Bind the upper arm, so wrap it round, try and tickle the top of your left thigh. Beautiful. Release that arm, bring it down to join the other one, nice and slowly. Okay, make sure the hips are sort of, or pelvis is nicely level before we revolve on a triangle. Breathing, softening, releasing. Beautiful. Okay, coming down. Okay, and then hopping that rear foot, going into pyramid on the other side. Remember, front hamstring. Okay, nice and slowly. Keep that back nicely strong. Arms come up beside us. Energize them. Fingers engaged. Push away. Nice deep breath in. Lift slightly. Exhale. Move a little bit deeper down. Press into that front thigh. Okay, not front lock that leg. It's the knees soft, so you can sort of adjust it accordingly. Okay, we're going to pendulum the arms forward as you come up to an upright position. Feel everything in your body as you move and come upright. Stretch everything up. A couple of breaths. Remember, you can keep your arms in this position or pendulum back to your sides. Okay, just feel through your bod. Start to tilt forward from the hip, coming down over that front leg. Okay, engaging those arms and just hold in that position of strength. Again, you might be here, that's fine too. A couple of breaths. And then release the arms to the floor, coming up into half moon pose on the other side. Remember a balance on the front leg. Move forward, lift that rear leg up 90 degrees, foot out to the side. Finally, open that arm and you can release the gaze either upwards or straight down at the floor. Okay, just go with what you want. And then nice and slowly release the hand to the floor. Come back into our low lunge position and then back into our tabletop. Okay, gentle sway of the hips side to side and then across the ankles, sit back over the ankles, come into a sitting position, front of the mat, and then hands on your legs, engage the muscles of the legs, heels away, flex the foot, spread the toes, press into your sit bones, lift nicely, engage through the torso, pick a focal point between your feet, nice and slowly release to the floor under control. Okay, really focus, feel the bod, okay, feel the engagement, allow that low back to curl as we approach the ground, try and control it. Once that first vertebrae is there, relax a little bit. Okay, rolling down vertebrae over vertebrae till your head hits the ground. Bend your knees. A couple of breaths here. Gentle swaying or windscreen wipering of the legs side to side. And then come back to steady position and then fully cross the right leg over the left. Okay, and then nice and slowly lift the foot off the ground, the one remaining foot, the left foot, and then squeeze the knees towards your head. Okay, squeeze, feel the lovely engagement in your core muscles. Okay, squeeze, keep squeezing, squeeze, 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 and then grab hold of each knee, relieve the pressure a little bit off your core, but then continue that stretch, maybe increase it a little with your hands, and then feel it in your right buttock. Okay, that's the piriformis muscle. Okay, and try and soften it and release it. Okay, you can feel it if you want to, or sort of feel where you're tight in your right buttock. Okay, that piriformis muscle is deep in your buttock, but it can cause a good few low back problems. Okay, so try and soften it. Okay, so you feel it tight, try and relax it. Okay, it's quite difficult, but you close your eyes, feel it, breathe, squeeze, and then it should relax. Okay, nice and slowly release. Okay, foot to the floor, keep your legs crossed, arms out to the sides, release your knees to the right hand side so that your right leg is gently pressing your left knee to the floor. Your guide is your left shoulder blade. Okay, don't allow it to lift. Okay, but just keep a gentle pressure down so you feel it through this left hand side, that spinal twist, low back, low waist, left hip. Breathe, and as you breathe, breathe into that feeling that you've got of stretch, wherever it may be. Okay, just breathe into it. You can look out over the opposite shoulder if you want. Okay, final breath. Nice and slowly re-engage the core muscles, come back up to the top, uncross. Gentle massage, rolling from side to side on your low back. Okay, hold, squeeze your core muscles, press your low back into the floor. Okay, and hold it. Hold, press, squeeze, soften, relax it, and then swap over. So cross your left leg fully over your right. Arms come back down by your sides. Inhale, lift foot off the floor. Squeeze your knees to your head. Okay, until you feel it all beautifully engaged. You can feel your tummy muscles all nicely engaged. It's like a sort of corset around your bod. Hold the squeeze, feel it. Breathe. Okay, then grab hold with your hands. Relax the core muscles, but then keep that squeeze until you feel in the left buttock this time, that same muscle. Okay, try and soften your low back, allow it to, don't pull it off the floor, so allow it to release and then keep that pull on the knees. I feel it just about there. That's what we want. Soften it. Breathe into it, close your eyes, feel it. Okay, nice and slowly release that foot to the ground, arms out to the side. Release your knees to the left-hand side, okay, and the weight of that left leg's pulling your right knee to the floor. Feel the difference. Feel the stretch, okay, wherever it may be. Your right shoulder blade's your guide. Look out over the opposite shoulder. Soften and breathe into this whole area of engagement. Breathe. Soften and release. Nice and slowly come back up. Unravel. Sway your knees from side to side, massaging your low back as you do so. Straighten your legs, arms down by your sides. Come into your final relaxation position, Savasana. Hands facing upwards if that's comfortable, or palms to the floor. Arms slightly away from the body. Tuck your chin in. Gently sway your head from side to side, releasing your vertebrae before bringing it back in line. And then just scan your body, so feel everything we've been using. Okay, bring your attention to wherever you think it's needed the most. Okay, so feel that area wherever it may be and breathe into it. So feeling and breathing. Make sure everything else feels comfortable. Try and take tension out of it, particularly about your face, your forehead, eyes, cheeks, mouth, even your tongue. and then focus on your breath and your breathing. Breathing in and out through your nostrils. Okay, the double breath. So let's breathe in for 2 and out for 4. Okay, that helping to calm the mind, helping to relax the body. In for 2, out for 4. Feel the movement in your torso, the pressing out of your belly, the expansion through your chest, then the contraction as you exhale, squeezing the ribs in, pulling the belly up towards the spine. Okay, so inhale for 2, exhale for 4. As you inhale, relax the muscles away from the bones. As you exhale, breathe out tension. Breathing in, relax. Breathing out, relax. Okay, now you can stay here for as long as you need. Or if you feel that that's enough, then just bring your attention back to the here and now. Take a nice breath in, wiggle your fingers and toes. Arms up and over your head. Give your body a lovely long stretch, pointing the toes, flexing the feet. And then arms slowly back down by your sides, bend your knees, roll over to one side or the other. And then using your hand, press yourself back up to a comfortable sitting position. Okay, just take a couple of moments. Nice upright spine, level the head, close your eyes. Take 2 nice steady breaths in. Namaste. Thank you very much.